Hello,
Hello, Mersey Beet lovers.
and a happy new year to everybody in
Yes.
2021.
Our first video of the year, so
Yeah, feels strange, doesn't it?
yeah, we're on the plot. We're not really going to give you a plot tour today. We're just going to talk about a few things that we're up to. I suppose you call them winter jobs.
Well, I'm continuing with pollarding and coppersync, willow and hazel,
Yep,
so I'll be getting on with that today.
yeah, and I'm going to be pottering around. Last week we had a crop of salad greens, mustard greens.
it's
Actually,
lovely.
we had a lovely Mitsuna
Mitsuna salad.
and yeah, with peanuts and soy sauce and honey.
Yeah, maybe you could put the recipe up.
I think I should put the recipe up
I
because
think people would enjoy that.
it's a beautiful recipe. You know, if you're interested in growing stuff and ways to eat your stuff, and it's great to have some kind of produce
Harvest in the winter.
harvest
It's
at this
important,
time of
that,
the
isn't
year.
it?
Yeah, it is. So
And we're still getting Muncher pods as well.
yeah, well, we put
Radish.
them in the salad, the Muncher
They were lovely in there.
If anyone doesn't know what Muncher is, it's a kind of radish that you grow specifically for the pods, the seed pods, and they're just so
They're lovely.
delicious. They're a revelation to
And
us
they're
this year,
crunchy,
aren't they? They're
Really
Muncher
flavoursome as well. Really nice.
Yeah,
And we'll be getting kohlrabi up.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks? They'll be at full
yeah, we will.
size.
Yeah. So I'm going to be pottering around the shed. Well, no, I'm not going to be pottering around the shed.
Pottering around the allotment.
I'm going to be, although some
I watched you
allotment
don't
holders,
slip
some allotment
the
holders
ice.
do actually potter around sheds, believe it or not, and they don't seem to do much work.
I've seen a few
And
people
the
do
sheds
that.
look a right state. No, they don't. No, the sheds don't look a right
We'll mention
state.
no names.
But the plots look a right mess. No, we won't mention any names. But it's just that's the fun of allotmenteering. If you think allotmenteering is for old men and boring old farts,
Yourself?
you're
You
probably
know,
right.
hey, no, there's a good point there, because statistically, averagely now,
Yeah.
it's the majority of plot
Are
holders
old
are
men?
female. No, the women.
Oh yeah.
Females, yeah.
But
They've
you-
outwon this old male dominancy,
Yeah.
you know,
But they used to pop off to the allotment, the husbands, didn't
to get
they?
away from the wife.
Yeah. And they used
We're
to.
in 2021 now, Phil.
Then they used to keep.
Chickens.
No, well, no, but they used to brew beer in the sheds.
Yeah.
And
Some of them brewed their own
whiskey.
malts, yeah.
moonshine,
Yeah, moonshine.
and the sheds used to explode. That's in the old days, you know.
Yeah.
I remember days when old men used to keep pigeons on the plots.
Yeah.
Pigeon fancying.
You're giving your age away there. But I remember.
Well, I used to do it at
'cause
home
I
as well.
remember here very early on when we took our plot here way back, like we said.
We used to have pigeons.
No, we didn't.
No,
No, but
not
there used to be an
on
allotment
you.
holder who used to come on his old moped.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember what was his name.
Oh come on.
Oh, it's years and years ago. But he used to burn his allotment.
Oh yeah.
Walter.
I remember Walter.
Yeah. He was a
That was many
character,
years ago.
wasn't he?
That's about 20 years ago.
Oh, you'd never get another individual like him.
Walter, you know,
He used to burn it all, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He set
replenish the
fire
soil,
to it, didn't he?
And
He
he
used to
called the fire engines.
Yeah, he set fire. Well, the fire spread to the neighbouring plots, and almost the entire allotment went up. No, it's true. And almost the entire allotment went up.
You're talking about in the 90s
Fire
now,
engine.
though. This is the 90s.
Yeah, we were just starting off allotment gardening at
And
the
we
time.
thought, oh, this is fun.
And we thought, oh, he's a font of knowledge and wisdom, this old guy.
No, he wasn't.
And every time we used to go to him with
Well, he
an
was
issue
for
and
some
anything,
things,
or
he was.
when we were planting anything, he just used to laugh at us.
Especially, I think Walter was from a dying breed,
Old
wasn't
school.
he? He was like a Mr. Middleton,
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, he
but not
was, yeah.
quite, yeah.
but he's a bit of a nutter as well.
Yeah.
All the old gardeners were a bit eccentric.
Yeah.
You have to be a bit
Yeah.
eccentric to be an allotment gardener.
You see, on our site, we've got really hardy ones, haven't we, that have been here for many,
Yeah.
many years.
And
And then
we've
we've
got-
got a lot of newcomers.
We've got
And we've got a
nutters.
lot of transients, which are coming and going all the time.
Yeah.
And don't stick it out, you know.
That's
So,
true.
Well, there you go.
Well, it is an interesting question.
Go on.
What's,
Fire away.
What's
What's
I
what?
wonder what people's attitude is to the committees, allotment
Oh, no,
committees
that's a
and
good
stuff like
point.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get on with your allotment committee?
Do you even have it?
Are you on your allotment committee?
Some sites may not even have a committee. They may be fully run by the local authority.
Yeah.
Not every
Yeah.
site has committees, but it'd be nice to gauge people's view on the status.
Yeah. Whether you get on
Is
with
that
them
the
or
right
not,
word?
or whether the allotment
And
committee are
how
full of nutters.
how
Are they good
committees
people
operate.
or are they nutters?
In
Are they
other
working for a
words,
good cause?
Yeah,
Or are they working for you or against you?
yeah, or for themselves. So,
What are they doing?
what's your committee
Don't-
like?
And don't talk about,
And be honest about it.
little
Yeah.
Hitlers and all that stuff. Because we all know that. But allotment politics is a
But then
very diverse and complicated
Yeah,
business.
I really don't think it needs to be political in any way.
No,
People are here to relax
But
and de-stress.
politics do. Yeah, I know. Oh, you say
be at
that.
one with nature, but
Is that the
on
truth?
some sites it's very far from.
Come on, tell the truth.
Far, well, it is.
What goes on?
It's very far from the truth.
Do you know what? Maybe we should have a series of vlogs on the runnings of an allotment, but perhaps
The
particularly.
management of allotments.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking about American audiences and people who are not familiar with what allotmenteering is in other
Yeah.
countries. Maybe they don't
'Cause
have
we-
the same system as we do
have,
in
we
here
have
in Britain.
a couple of American followers, don't we? And they're really keen to know, how
About
do you get a
allotmenteering.
plot? How big are they? What do
Yeah.
you grow? How do you pay your rent? How useful is the committee?
Yeah, I
how
thi-
useful is the local authority in
Yeah.
the allotments? Are they proactive, for organic gardening? Are they proactive in caretakers of the environment? Then it becomes political. doesn't
Also,
it?
I wonder if people would be interested in knowing about the history of allotments.
Ours, particularly wartime.
Also,
Yeah.
this dates back to the First World War, I think. Is it?
They're
known as-
I know them as from the second. I
The-
don't know whether they go back as far
Yeah.
as the first. They may do, but from the Second World War, these were a prime
Yeah.
source in Liverpool, wartime allotments.
This allotment site, if you don't know, by the way, is on. It's called Harthill Wartime Allotments, and it forms part of Calderstones Park. Calderstones Park,
It's just there, just here.
It's
We're
just
on
at
the
the
back
back.
of the park.
just there,
Yeah.
and it's part of an estate. What used to be known as a Calderstones estate, wasn't
yeah.
it?
And we've got
And
the mansion house.
There's a mansion house,
Yeah.
a big mansion hall,
which is now
magnificent gates that are
yeah,
just over there.
offices, yeah.
And it used to be part of the Calderstones estate, didn't it? A stately home.
Like any stately
Um,
home, like what the National Trust or English Heritage
Yeah.
would manage.
So
And
perhaps
it's a
we should
beautiful
we
area.
should do a vlog about
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and how
And the Calderstones as well.
yeah, the ancient Calderstones.
Yeah.
That's where the name comes from. It's
Mm.
these ancient burial chambers, spirals, magnificent
They've got
spirals,
wonderful patterns on them.
and dating from
Mm.
prehistoric times. Thousands of years old. These Calderstones are, but they're just housed in a greenhouse not far from here. Perhaps we should do some
Which
vlogs about that.
Used to be the original where they're housed, or where they were housed in the greenhouse, was the original entrance into the allotment site.
Oh, was
So
it?
here, yeah.
Oh, that's
in
amazing, isn't it?
When they were the
Yeah.
official wartime allotments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this interesting thing about poles and rods. I know that's how
They used to be measured,
allotments are
yeah.
measured. Maybe
Yeah.
we should do a vlog on that
On that,
in
yeah.
the forthcoming
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about what we should cover. Maybe if you've got any comments about what we should cover
What you'd like
as
to-
allotmenteers.
Also, I think we should look at, because George Harrison's dad, as you can see on the photo, sticking
yes.
on his dad's allotment there.
Yeah.
Well, he had an allotment not far from here,
Yes, you did.
which that space, if it is that space, we're not quite sure that there used to be the old allotments.
Where the allotments
But
were.
that's going to become the memorial gardens and woodlands for George Harrison, which they're working on at the moment, and they're going to be open to the public. Is it when this year?
I think so, yes.
Or within
I
the
think
next
they've been
year?
delayed because of
They've
COVID.
been delayed because of COVID, yeah. And
But-
things like, Jim McCartney, Paul McCartney's father, he used to have
Yes,
an allotment.
Jimmy McCartney.
He was the secretary of the Speak Allotments Association, Jim.
Horticultural Society, Kath,
Sorry, Horticultural Society.
as it
I
was known
do
back
beg your
down in the
pardon.
1940s and 50s.
Yeah, but in other words, it was the Speak Allotments Association.
Yeah, it was. He was a keen gardener. And
Yeah.
if you go to Fortland Road now, Paul McCartney's old house in Fortland Road, which isn't far from here,
No,
we can walk
it's not
there,
far.
just down there. If you go,
And then you can get onto Mimi's house,
John Lennon's house.
Mimi's house.
Maybe we should do a tour.
John Lennon's auntie's house, not his house.
No, I know, but he lived there, didn't he?
He lived
And
there,
Paul
yeah.
and John wrote all his songs there.
He did in the little vestibule.
Yeah.
Because it had real great acoustics.
And the both of them wrote a fantastic
And she
song
got
in the
fed
early
up.
days,
She
didn't
got
they?
fed up of listening to them.
And what was it called? See How My Allotment Grows.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? That was a good song, wasn't it?
How does that go?
I don't know, I just made that up.
I don't remember that.
Anything that's allotment and gardening, we can make up.
So I think that should be another one. We should do a tour.
A tour
Take
of-
people round.
Yeah,
We could start here.
yeah,
And then go through, introduce people to the park
yeah.
and the Calder Stones, the ancient Calder Stones.
I think that's a great idea. And
Don't forget Quarry Bank over here, Quarry Bank School where John Lennon went.
Yeah. and what about the Linda McCartney
And Linda McCartney's
Memorial,
Garden.
Playground
Yeah.
that was opened by Paul McCartney?
Yeah.
That's just down
Yeah.
there.
And then you've got Strawberry Fields,
Yeah.
which is not far. So I think when they do the celebratory launch for the George Harrison Woodlands, which are still under completion, we should do a nice tour of that as well. That
That'd
would
be
be
good, wouldn't it?
beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also,
Because he was a big gardener, George, and he was very one with nature, wasn't he?
yeah. But there's been many films made around here, haven't there?
Oh, Nowhere
Anyone-
Boy at the back.
Nowhere Boy.
Yeah.
Remember that? About the early life of John Lennon? That was filmed just at the back of our
Yeah.
plot here. And at Calder Stones here.
Did they do some of Let 'Em Have It here as well, through the park,
They may have done.
at one point?
But maybe we should research
Yeah,
the
we'll
films
do a
that
bit
have
of
been
research.
actually made around here.
Can you think of any others?
It's a very cultural site.
Any others?
And if you saw our last vlog,
Any other films, Phil?
oh, I can't remember. I'm just saying. But if you saw our last vlog, you remember that we had a band playing just at the back here. And they were great.
They're fab.
Now, we get things like that all of the time in Liverpool because it's a very cultural place around here.
Yeah, and it's a very open and diverse city.
It is. And that's why we're called Mersey Beet Gardening, by the way, in case anyone's asking. Trying to be a narc.
As some people do.
Mersey Beet. It's a play on words. Yeah. Talking about words, our shed. Early spring, we're going to be decorating that with some lovely poetry. And so that's going to be worth looking forward to, isn't
Yeah,
it,
Brian
this year?
Wake's poetry in specific.
Brian Wake's a published author. Yes, he's a published author of many books. He does poetry readings. And
And also part of the Writing on the Wall Festival.
yes,
Brian.
yeah, he's done that in Liverpool.
Poetry, literature festival here.
But he's, I'd say, a nationally known poet. One of the Mersey Beet poets.
We'll have to get.
Oh no, he's later than Mersey Beet. But I
yeah,
mean,
he's not that early, is he?
no,
Later.
he's not that old. No, but
Sorry.
it's still it's a continuation of that thing about poetry, music, lyrics, words, art, and culture.
And gardening.
Yeah, so that's why we want to link all that into our gardening vlogs in the coming months and this year. I hope you understand. If you've got any other ideas what we could do, then
Put
do
them
it.
in the comments below.
Oh, we got some interesting toys as well for Christmas, didn't we, Kath? We're going to introduce you to
Yes,
them
we did.
as we go along. I don't think we'll talk about them now.
Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah, we did actually.
But we've
Yeah.
got something that will enhance our allotment gardening a bit and
I won't
enhance
say
our
what it is
vlogs.
at the
No,
moment.
no. It's a bit
We'll
of a surprise.
introduce it.
And so we'll talk about them, and that's something else. We'll be doing our plot tours as usual this year.
And the usual growing.
Usual growing, and it's like our growing season started in autumn. Really, that's when we started sowing seeds for the springtime. So we've got loads of seeds ready to come up, and develop as the nights draw out now, because the nights are drawing out
Yeah,
by a minute a night.
A night, yeah, so it's hopeful.
So as the nights are drawing out, we're gonna see changes and little triggers that trigger things to grow, which make things more hopeful when they grow. They start growing, don't they? And we start seeing life. The allotment at the moment is looking a bit frosty.
Snowy.
So I'll just have a little potter around here before signing off.
I'm going to say bye now to everyone, and I'm going to go and start Coppersync and pollarding.
So it's the 3rd of January, and this is it. Yeah. Looking pretty frosty. Looking frosty on the old plotty. Everything's pretty dormant. Silently surviving the frost, I suppose. But you know what? These plants are quite hardy, and we expect a spurt of life in the coming months as the nights draw out. Let's have a look in the greenhouse, see what's here. Right. Oh, I want to tell you about these. These old milk cartons. I saw a video online on how to use these to cut away that bit there, fill them with soil and put like vegetables in, mustard greens, and then put them in a row, maybe along a pole, bit of bamboo going along there. So I'm saving them. I'll do a vlog on how we're going to use them. That's quite interesting. Oh yeah, Christmas little toys. I've got this little fan in the greenhouse just to move the air around. So it only operates in sunlight. So it doesn't. There's no sun out at the moment. When the sun comes out, it operates, and it just gets the air circulating, which is good. You know, you need a sense of circulation of air. You know, it sort of like stops dampening off and stuff like that occurring, especially when the plot gets really hot. You know, so it's solar powered and it's USB. You can actually it's got a on and off switch there, and you can change the direction of it. It's only a little fan, just to get the air moving on a still summer's day. You know, maybe cool the plants off a bit if it gets too hot. Although there is a vent in here that does regulate the heat conditions, but you know, because we can't be down here all the time opening and shutting the front door, it's a bit it can get a bit too stifling. This is a new thing we got as well this Christmas, a thermometer which gives you the minimum, so it's been -2, and to the maximum, which is 22. So yeah, the you just see it's 4.1 centigrade now. You can also change that between centigrade and Fahrenheit. So that's a useful thing to have. Yeah. So veg. All frosty. Yeah. It's a nice time of year after New Year has finished, and we're, you know, after we get Christmas out the way, and it's a new start almost, isn't it? So it makes you feel a bit more optimistic at this time of year. There's Catherine doing a bit of coppersing. That hasn't been coppers for a few years, so
This is a tough one, this, Phil.
yeah, it looks tough.
Just these last 3 here.
Yeah. So compost bins. things ticking along nicely. These all sorted out nice and methodically, kept into various sizes and scales. Great for making constructions, you know, instead of using willow, bamboo, shop bought bamboo, making stuff out of this, things like pea sticks and fences and, you know, things for plants to grow up and support plants. It's a great way of using it. It's another crop, really. Willow and hazel. It's just another crop that we can use on the plot. I think it's very useful. I think everybody should have a go at growing it, you know. And it really comes in use. Nothing is wasted on this plot. And there is a purpose for everything, for growing everything. What's that? Doesn't fall, Car?
No, it's good to go yet. It's quite a thick pearl, this.
Yeah.
Nearly through. Just crossing it at a straight angle, making sure that it's a really straight cut.
Yeah.
It's just in an awkward position, really. Which lodge between them two here. Need a bit more work.
Do you want me to give it a bit of a pull?
No, not just yet. You can. I mean, you can try if you want, but don't think it's quite there yet.
No.
It's solid. It's a tough one. Let's take a bit of. Try it. Should go. It's okay, it'll rest on the hazel and I can just straighten that out.
Okay.
So, thank you. Hey.
Hey.
There you go. Oh, they weigh a ton. Seriously heavy ant. Can you pull that end, maybe? Just pull it through and I can get all the side branches off.
So just balance it between these.
Yeah, just let it balance it on there and then I can cut through.
Well.
That's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Okay. Well done. I'm glad I caught that on camera.
It's quite a thick branch though, that.
Yeah. These will come in useful though, won't they?
For lots of things, yeah, like we've said before. We can use them for fencing. We can use them for fencing. We can use them for wigwams. There's all manner of structures you can use them for. You can use them for making tunnels. You can grow your beans up them, especially French beans that grow really high and need some strength
I love French
in
beans.
the winds. Especially in September we get a lot of high winds, don't we? So they'll support them. So just 2 pearls to go now.
Brilliant. Crack on then. Oh, nearly tripped over that. This is our little tea box. We always bring a cup of tea down, some milk and some mince pies. And as the lights are fading now, well, it's 4:05, so the lights go in a bit now. And another thing we got for Christmas was shed light. Yeah. So we got this shed light, and it's solar powered. It's that little thing there shows that the battery's charging, so it doesn't need sunlight to charge. It can charge just by the use of daylight, and it has different features on. Look at this. Oh, full sun, bright and dimmed and off. So it's got a little solar thing there to show movement. Obviously it's not sensed during the day, but that gives us a bit of extra light, you know, so we can sit and have a cup of tea before we go home. So that's useful. See, Christmas is useful for some things. Did you get any good things at Christmas? Did you get anything that you could use on the plot? Leave your comments below if you did. It'd be really interesting to see what you got, you know. And if it's good, we might get something like that next year. Who knows? If we're very good boys and girls, that is. Okay. So spring is on its way. January the 3rd. I don't think there's much else to see, really. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this little vid. If you did, then why not subscribe? You might enjoy it. You might love it. You might become obsessed with it. You might wake up in the morning and think, you know what? I need my fix of Mersey beet gardening. You may not. You may turn off. You may lose
the will to live.
Yeah, you lose the will to live, and you may want to just, like, you know what, leave terrible trolling comments.
Or you may want to leave us some really nice comments, because we've had some really nice comments across the board.
Yeah, we've had some lovely comments. So yeah, if you have some nice comments, then leave them below, and we'll yeah, if you've got any good ideas for future vlogs.
If you've got any challenges you want us to pick up the gauntlet and run with, then do that too.
Challenges?
Yeah, challenges.
Go on, if you think you're hard enough. Challenge us, see what happens. See what happens.
As long as it's not life-threatening.
And we might challenge you back.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, as long as it's not life-threatening, yeah.
Okay, so should we do a wrap-up?
Yeah, we'll do a wrap-up. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. Like we said, Happy New Year.
And happy growing this year.
Happy growing, and yeah. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.